Albam Clothing Company was founded in 2006 by two young British entrepreneurs who both had a love for fashion. They set out to provide the market with a high-quality wardrobe of original modern essential garments of their specific styles. Instead of outsourcing their fabrics and threads from the Far East like many other clothing companies, Albam decided to look closer to home. They chose to use domestic factories that have had generations of expertise and skills. Being domestic also gives Albam much more control over the final finish of each individual product, along with speeding up the whole manufacturing process. Their ethos is to have honest products, well made, using great fabrics. Life is more than just clothes. Albam take great pride in building customer relationships. They like to build a personal relationship with each and every customer. They even use a blog, social networking apps, to keep followers in the loop of day-to-day ongoings. This is creating long-term clients and customers feel special of being in a niche, close group. Albam have a flat structure between all employees, and they see themselves as an extended family. Their staff all have similar views to help promote the brand's originality. James Shaw, CEO of Albam, said, "If you squeeze out the same thing that everyone else is making, people are going to go with the existing brand instead of you." Albam have now expanded into selling other products, as after all, Albam is more of a style than just a clothing brand. So with all the help of the close relationships with customers, they've been able to innovate into new products and services such as hair wax, books, soaps, and now even a barbershop in one of its stores.
Within the retail industry, IT has had a huge impact on how companies conduct their business. In this sector as a whole, IT has mostly benefited in cost minimization strategies and the improvement of product quality. The advancement of machinery and software applications, businesses can take advantage of computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing systems. This can allow the company to digitally simulate product designs and develop prototypes of new releases. These systems are highly efficient and can reduce the time to market and consequently be more competitive by being an early adopter of new clothing trends. In addition, these systems can result in cost savings to the business, which then allows them to be price competitive by using these cost savings to strategically lower their price and adopt a penetration pricing strategy, or, alternatively, remain the same and increase their margins and therefore profit. The use of automation of product manufacturing can further reduce costs to the business by less waste of raw materials and at the same time provide a consistent quality product. Albam Clothing has strategically improved their position through the use of information systems like their online blogging feature. This could act as that unique, innovative information system that can act as a differentiation strategy that could potentially lock in customers. This feature could also be used to gather new information via crowdsourcing by increasing customer engagement, gaining customer feedback, and even help design new products. Because of these features, Albam has created their own barrier of entry by an established, loyal customer base. This is something that cannot easily be replicated by new entrants to the market, as for the competitor to try and gain a profitable market share may be seen to be too unachievable to attempt. Finally, Albam uses radio frequency identification systems to allow for customers to track their online orders through their website. This is considered a favourable option for online buyers that not every online retailer offers.
We are now moving to the ER diagram. It was introduced by Backham in 1969 and since then multiple changes happened. An ER diagram is a data model that expresses the database that a company uses. It is an idea based on the database of the company which represents entities, their attributes, and the relationships among them. An ER diagram typically consists of three major parts: entities, which are represented by rectangles, attributes, which are represented by circles, and relationships, which are represented by lines. A data process for a customer to place an order is how the tables are being connected. A customer will choose a product for adding into the cart that will automatically generate a unique ID, which will be transferred in the order table through the product table. The customer will then choose a shipping method, and the unique ID of that will also be inserted in the order table. Again, a unique ID of the order table will be created with all the necessary informations linked with the customer details, with generating the ID needed to connect with the payment.
Access is a program that allows you to build a database. Databases are of huge value to an organization as they allow data to be stored and maintained in tables. A database gives you true command of your data, enabling you to retrieve it, sort it, analyze it, summarize it, and report results in moments. A database is essential to any modern organization, as the program can be used for a wide range of companies, from the largest corporate firm to a small independent clothing company like Albam Clothing. This is our customer details table. Data in this table will be primarily based on information about the customer and their personal information. Customer ID is the primary key in this table. Every table will have a primary key which will automatically designate an auto number to that customer, allowing tables to be linked by relationships. The screenshots show the order table. This table stores data from every transaction that has been made from the website. This allows Albam Clothing to have the exact information for every transaction that has been processed, which is vital for when orders go wrong and returns are needed. The payment table holds all data of all card details used on every transaction via Albam's website. The table holds the card information used by the customer and holds this information for the use of future reference in case a refund is needed or any other payment issues occur. The shipping table is a simple table which allows Albam to know how the customer wants to receive the order. When you purchase a product on Albam's website, you either have the choice of in-store pickup or home delivery. Therefore, we have had to have a separate table indicating which type of delivery method the customer wants. This is our relationship screenshot. To prevent redundant data, the database has to be relational and tables must link up through the use of relationships, which results in tables being linked together. Relationships between tables are formed through the use of primary and foreign keys. The screenshot demonstrates this, as you can see the tables linked together through the primary key becoming the foreign key in another table.
Here we can see an email from one of Albam's customers, Jack Smith. He has a complaint that Albam staff have gotten his order incorrect. What we need to take away from this email is that Jack ordered a size 3 shirt but received a size 4. He also needs the correct order by next weekend. Therefore, we need to follow up his request urgently if Albam is to retain him as a future customer. On screen is the SQL query used by Albam to look at Jack Smith's customer details and past orders. It looks complicated, but splitting it up makes it a lot easier to understand. The first section identifies the attributes we want to select from the database. The attributes Albam need to find include Jack's details, so his title, names and address, and also the details of his order, for example the colour, size of a product, and the order ID. The second section is from. This identifies which tables within the database we wish to pull the attributes from. For example, Jack's postcode would come from the customer details table. The where section allows us to put constraints on the query. For example, Albam only wants to pull up attributes X, Y, Z from tables A, B, C if first name equals Jack and second name equals Smith. Therefore, only Jack Smith's orders will be on display. Constraints can come in many forms. So for instance, if Jack forgot to put his second name down in the email, we could have used his phone number left in the email as a constraint instead. The SQL query used allowed Albam Clothing to quickly bring up the customer details and the correct order. permitting Albam to make an informed decision upon the next steps, take action, and resolve the issue within the timescale set, thus leaving this particular customer satisfied with the effort made by Albam to correct his order.
Albam Clothing have a simplistic and user-friendly website. There is, however, a couple of improvements they could do to their web interface. They like to have a closer relationship with customers, so to help increase interaction between both the brand and the consumer, a review section could be added to each product. Having the consumers get their say about their product could definitely drive sales, especially as Albam Clothing are providing a premium product. People will want as much information as possible before making the purchase. Albam Clothing has a large following in America due to the popularity of its blog, so as they are unable to see the products before they purchase, this review section would definitely be popular. Another improvement Albam could look at is the position of the search bar. They seem to have the search bar at the bottom of the homepage. That can only be seen when scrolling down the page. The search bar should be easy to see, which usually is very accessible from the homepage. Albam Clothing really pride themselves on style, so they could look at adding an interactive lookbook, like some of the larger fashion brands, such as D&G and Marc Jacobs. Here the browsing consumer will be able to see styles being fashioned together and also get better perspectives on products, especially if ordering from overseas. Albam's website is very static, which can make engaging with the website tedious. If they inserted a moving interface on such things as product titles and headings, they could make products and subsections easier to access and also stand out more. They could also look at introducing a zoom button on some of the products to get a better look at stitching on clothes and pocket zippers. This could extremely benefit Albam as they boast premium fittings and fabrics. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.